What was the reason that you decided to go to uni after kind of being an independent artist? What thing clicked in your mind thinking this is a good course to do for you?
Do you know what? I feel like I just always had a passion. Like when I'm always in the studio creating with producers, I always have something. I mean, even if it's just a little bit, I always have something to do with the production side of it. Sometimes I come up with the idea from the beginning, you know, like, and I'm like, hey, I've got this idea, and then they come through with their ideas and whatever. So yeah, I'm kind of like doing this, and I'm thinking, well, I really just want to just get my hands on the gear, you know, like what does this do? What does that do? And I genuinely have a passion for it.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I have the lovely Mz Milano here at Bass Lab Studios. We're ready to touch base with her. I'm so excited to have her on the show because she's someone that I've been basically watching her journey over the like probably last year or so. I've been seeing her doing amazing things. So
Thank you.
I'm really blessed to have you on the channel.
Thank you very much.
So you're an artist.
Yeah.
Let's go from the beginning of your journey. When did you start music?
I started music, you know, I've been doing music from quite young, you know, like playing around, messing around with my cousin, you know, doing little dance routines and stuff like that. And then obviously my mum got me a karaoke machine when I was like
me
12.
as well.
So when she did that, you know, I was listening to like these tapes that I didn't really know about Madonna and stuff, but like those were the tapes that came with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when I discovered music, I would say. And I would see things on TV like, I don't know, like theatrical, like things, like movies and things like that. And I think, oh, I really like that. And yeah, I think that's where it all began.
So who did you like love listening to growing up that's influenced your music now?
I listened to a lot of Aaliyah because that's like, you know, I think my biggest influence. A lot of old school R&B, like 90s R&B, so SWV. Who else? I do love a bit of Sade as well.
Yeah, nice.
Which is why I love Snow Allegra, but as well, like that's like more modern. But growing up, yeah, I listened to a lot of Mariah Carey as well.
So a lot of American artists. What about the UK?
UK, I would listen to like, yeah, I mean, I did love a bit of everything. Like I love a bit of grime, you know. I know about all the old school grime, but I don't listen to grime now. But like, yeah, like growing up, I would say the UK R&B scene wasn't as strong as the American.
100%. It's the same now, to be honest. Like, it's harder to, I think, to break R&B artists into our market than it is
definitely.
US. So yeah. So you know, you said you were doing karaoke and stuff like that as a child, and your parents would have recognised that. Like, did you ever have music lessons or any kind of money invested into you as a kid? What was it like? What did they want you to do?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I didn't have any lessons. Like, I was always like self-taught, you know, just watching stuff and trying to mimic it, like, you know, and yeah, like I literally didn't really discover I had a talent until like one day I auditioned for a play in school. Yeah. And that was like in primary school. So from that point on, it was like I was always given a singing role or like, you know, like a lead singing role or whatever. So I just kind of thought, oh, and then I was told I have a good voice. So I was like, oh, do I? Okay, you know? So I just kind of followed that through into secondary school. And yeah, I had this one like teacher, Mr. Kwaja, like he was always encouraging me, you know, to kind
shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Kwaja, you know, like doing music. Yeah. And it's funny because I didn't actually pick music. I think, you know, when you get to choose like two things and I didn't pick music.
I think it's for the best because sometimes it kills your passion, you know, when you actually study something too much from young and then you get too used to it and then, you know.
No, that's very true. 100% agree with that. I was very like, yeah, he was just like, are you sure you don't want to do music? I was like, no, I'm going to do geography or whatever. You know. But yeah, I don't really regret it because I was always heavily involved in like plays anyway. So like I would always get the main like singing part. So I was like always performing anyway. And I started going studio. I would say like I started rapping, well, not doing like hooks on rappers' beats.
Nice.
I don't rap, so I take that right. Yeah, so I started doing hooks and rappers' beats and like, you know, just coming up with a catchy hook and then started writing. You know, so I started writing from like, you know, year 7, like, you know, like secondary school days, and then I thought I'm gonna take this seriously.
So being able to get in like studios and work with people, did you grow up knowing people in the industry, or who were the people around you?
Yeah, I know a few people, you know, growing up. Like I met like a few people actually. You know, I was into modeling as well, so like because of that I kind of networked with, it was always strictly fashion, modeling, but there was always that, you know, that space where there's all these creatives in one space. So they'll be like, oh, what do you do kind of thing. So yeah, I met a lot of people, and word gets around that, oh, you know, when you're like, I wouldn't say like I was a global singer, I'm like the local singer, you know, but we'll get there, you know. So I just kind of, you know, people are like, are you still singing? Are you, you know, are you good? Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? I even tried like, when this was like ages ago, but I tried X Factor, and all of that, you know. But I just feel like this wasn't for that. That avenue wasn't for me. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just very creatively free, you know. And I just feel like maybe for exposure, but I don't know, you know.
Because I see like your work rate is mad. Like, do you have a home studio? Like, because I just see you always in the studio making music. So where is it that you actually record your music?
Yeah, I have a home studio, you know.
Nice. That's the dream for all these artists, you know.
Yeah, it's a very small space, you know. I converted like my little store cupboard into a studio space, but I just, because now I'm studying music, I know exactly where things are supposed to go and stuff. Shout out to Saber Productions as well, because he helped me out with it, like, you know. I was like, oh, where should I put this? Where should I put that? But yeah, so he's someone I work with, and so I record at his studio as well sometimes. Okay, cool. And obviously I've got like my studio as well. I don't I mainly create things in that studio and then take it to like, you know.
Yeah, so it's like the starting point of the process. Yeah. That makes sense. So you said, is it Saber Productions?
Yeah,
he's a producer.
Saber Productions. Yeah, he's actually an artist as well, but he's a producer. He's I met him at uni, and through another class friend of mine, and he kind of introduced me, and we kind of just from there like made music. Nice. And it was just like, you know, you just meet that producer that's like, you know, so it kind of works. I do work with other producers as well, and there's been times when, you know, like I've made a beat and then like sent it to him to be like, you know, put your spin on it, you know what I mean? So it's like I co-produce it. Yeah, so it works well, you know. And I'm obviously looking to work with other producers right now. I'm trying to get into like a whole different realm.
Nice.
Like,
so if you're a producer, hit her up.
Definitely.
What's your Instagram? Do you want to just give your socials?
Mz Milano. So Miss_Milano. That's MZ Milano.
Okay. So what's your course at uni actually called, and where do you study?
So I'm at City of Westminster at the moment.
Okay, cool.
I'm nearly finished, and I'm doing a like sound engineering, music production / music business course. Okay. You know, because I think it's important to know.
Yeah, definitely. Especially you're an independent artist right now, right?
Yeah.
What was the reason that you decided to go to uni after kind of being an independent artist? What thing clicked in your mind thinking this is a good course to do for you?
Do you know what? I feel like I just always had a passion. Like when I'm always in the studio creating with producers, I always have something. I mean, even if it's just a little bit, I always have something to do with the production side of it. Sometimes I come up with the idea from the beginning, you know, like, and I'm like, hey, I've got this idea, and then they come through with their ideas and whatever. So yeah, I'm kind of like doing this, and I'm thinking, well, I really just want to just get my hands on the gear, you know, like what does this do? What does that do? And I genuinely have a passion for it, and I'm you know, I'm very like, I have an ear for it. So I thought, you know what, let me try it out, and if I struggle with it, I'm not gonna do it. But it was the thing where I literally felt like I it came naturally
Yeah,
to me.
you have to try it. You have to go for it.
And I learned quite quickly, and it helps a lot, you know, like, it helps a lot with creating a whole, composing a whole song kind of thing. Like, there's just writing the lyrics, and then there's actually making the song, like, from the sound, how it, you know, starts. Like, what sounds you want in there, you know, how you want it to carry on, if you want it to be bassy, if you want it to be like a light, how you want it to make people feel, all these things.
So you're just looking to get like more control over your music, would you say?
I feel like it's very important at the moment for me to have some type of control. Not the whole control, but more, like, you know, I feel like it's something that's in me, like, you know, so if not, if it comes with it, like the control comes with it, then why not?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I feel like right now in the industry, you know, we need more of that.
Definitely.
Because you know, even a lot of big artists, they go through a lot with you know, labels and things like this. So I won't go too deep into it, but I feel like, yeah, if you have that control, then you can't, you know.
Yeah, you can definitely like pave your career the way you want it and have your music how you want it. So do you currently have a manager?
I don't have a manager at the moment.
Have you ever had managers? Or?
I've had managers in the past, you know, not for long, but I had one manager, and then I had another manager. So this was about 2 years ago. So yeah, I haven't had a manager for about 2 years now, and I feel like, you know, it's not that I'm not looking for one. I am looking for one, just that they have to be, you know.
What sort of things for you as an
point.
artist do you need from your manager right now?
I kind of need like some type of dedication, you know, like just to make sure that the person is, you know, actually committed to the cause, like believes in what we're doing together to grow, you know, believes in the journey that, you know, we're going to get there eventually, and also have a good, you know, rapport with other industry, you know, other industry heads, and also have connections as well, which will help, you
Makes
know.
sense.
And be good at marketing, you know. That's all I ask for, really. Yeah, that's it.
So I did see that. Do you have a label?
I've started my own label.
Is that something recent? When did you do that?
I did that in 2020.
Okay, cool.
Just before, I think that's when we were in lockdown, and I just felt like, you know, like I had no way to go studio and stuff, so I just started building my own stuff, and I was like, okay, well, you're basically creating this whole thing. You're doing everything, the artwork, the you know, everything at the moment. So put your stamp behind it, kind of thing. So I could have called it like Milano's Music or something like that, but I thought So Sound Records.
Nice.
You know, just in case, you know, in the future, which I do intend to do, because there's a lot of talent out there that I want to work with people, you know what I mean? So definitely, why not in the next 5 to 10 years? You know, when I take a step back, or if I take a step back, then the label is there, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense. I do hear that it's a good thing when you're starting businesses is not always have your name attached.
Yeah.
Because like you said, sometimes you might want to give it to other people to head,
totally
or
agree, you know?
it just kind of takes away that personal stuff. And what's crazy is, I don't know whether you find this as an artist, but when it comes to support, some people support things that they don't, when they don't know who's behind it. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I totally, absolutely agree with you. It's like down to research and experience I just said, no, I'm not attaching my name to this. You know, there's things I can attach my name to, but for now, I think we'll just leave it as I wanted people to feel like I was represented, in a professional way.
Yeah, I get you.
So they won't know it's me behind the emails, you know, but
Makes
now
sense.
they do.
Yeah. What do you think the biggest challenges for you have been as an artist? And what advice would you give to other artists?
I think the biggest challenge is getting your music heard. Because you have to work years and years and years and build and build and build until you get that opportunity, you know. So yeah, like I think that's the biggest challenge, and yeah, that I would say, like, actually breaking through, like, because, you know, there's a lot of gatekeepers and stuff like this, and you're just like, oh gosh, like, is the music I'm making good enough or what, like, you know. But I always believe in divine timing. Like I do believe in that. So I feel like if I had like, I don't know, become like a superstar 5 years ago, I don't think I would have mentally been prepared. So everything is kind of like timing for me.
100%. I believe in like, I like people that are genuinely passionate about what they do.
Yeah.
Like I just think, you know, hard work, passion, it's always going to pay off.
It is.
So
and consistency.
Yeah, I like people that don't try to chase the industry too much. Like I know there's a lot of trends. It's easy to just be like, oh, I'll jump on this, I'll jump on. But I like people that keep very authentic. So that's really good to see. So in terms of your career goals as an artist, like what do you see yourself doing, or what level do you want to be at? Because I know, well, you'd think it's like an obvious answer where people are like, oh, I want to be the biggest, but some people actually, you know, maybe there's just a couple certain shows they want to do, or, you know, is there any kind of specific milestones that you want to do as an artist?
Yeah, I definitely want to be like global, like international and everything. But you know, I've just found this new love for Afrobeats.
Nice.
Yeah, and like I have to talk about it because that's something that I want as well. Like, you know, I want to become, you know, there are artists in Ghana, like female artists, but I do want to be one of them on there, you know. So yeah, definitely. And I want to do that to my best ability, like represent, you know, where I'm from to my best ability.
So how's it been like? I know you've done one of your videos out there. How was it like? Did you know people? Did you have to reach out to people? How were you able to actually get that project together? Yeah,
so Elevate was like one of the songs that came out from like, you know, being in lockdown and being in that depression. Like a lot of depression was in the air, you know. So I just thought, oh, like, you know, and I wanted a song to uplift myself, to be honest with you. Like it wasn't, it was more like that. And I was like, oh, you know, let me do the song. So I wrote the song, and then I went out to Ghana, and I met this producer Skittle Beats, and you know, I told him this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. So he made the beat in the session.
Nice.
And I literally went to record it there. We did everything in one session, and then I said, obviously, I want to shoot a video as well. So he actually shot the video for me as well. So like, produced the beat and shot the video. And I met the two artists that are featuring on the track, Elevate, which is Mawuko and Evidence. Evidence, yeah, so shout out to them. They're basically featured on the track. They were in the studio, and I was like, you know what, just jump on.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because yeah, it was sounding fire. So I was like, yeah, this is good, and obviously it's good to break into that market as well. So invite other artists, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, and then literally shot the video, put it out. I think I put it out in April, right? April. And literally the reception's just been crazy.
Yeah, I've seen the streams on Spotify doing really good.
Yeah, so, that's like my best. It's done the best out of all of the songs that I have done. And I've done like R&B songs previously, but I haven't really.
Do you feel like you've like found your sound now and like?
I feel like I have. Like I really do feel like I could venture out into different sounds. You know, like I'm that kind of artist. But my heart is with Afrobeats at the moment.
So what are you working on at the minute? Like in terms of...
So I'm working on my next project, which is coming out very soon. I'm looking to put that one out in beginning of May. So it's called Better Love.
Okay.
And that one's produced by Sabre Productions again. I literally wrote this song, like, and it just is such a vibe. Like, it's a summer vibe. So I'm kind of like pushing to release it more near the summer, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I did shoot a video, like it's gonna have like choreography in it. It's really different to what I've usually done. So yeah, and then obviously I'm working on, like I'm always writing songs, so I make like, you know, I'm really trying to make an amapiano song.
Oh yeah.
Though. Like that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm working on that. I've written something, but yeah, we'll see. I'm looking for more amapiano producers. So
okay, yeah, so
definitely.
That's another one to hit her up for.
Yeah,
definitely.
South African amapiano producers. that's the wave, definitely.
So I did I think it was maybe it was your story when you were in Ghana that you have some merch. Is that out now? Do you want to just discuss that?
No, yeah, my merch is coming out soon. I'm just like, because I have to plan everything. So I'm doing the business plan for that. Just making sure there's no like, you know.
So it's smooth.
Yeah, because like I don't have management or anyone helping me. So I'm doing everything. So I'm literally taking my time, going through how much I'm, you know, investing into it and everything, and it's going to be out soon.
It looks good, so please send me something, because
I will definitely.
Yeah, I'll be a loyal customer. Don't worry.
I will hook you up, because literally I thought, let me make some prototypes just to see how durable they are, because I don't want to be selling, you know.
Yeah, you want quality.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. So we're at that stage now. So soon, hopefully. If I don't launch it end of this year, then definitely beginning of next year that will be launched. Yeah.
And back to what you mentioned about modelling. So you've done modelling, and is it acting as well?
Yeah. I'm into acting as well. Yeah.
Nice. So are you still actively pursuing those things, or where do they kind of lie in with your music?
Well, the modelling, no. I would say I've kind of like, I'm more focused. It's still there, but I'm focused on the music. Like, you know. And I'm more focused on, the acting side of things. Like, I'm working with a production company who are obviously developing me. So right now, that's the stage we're at. So I'm just going to leave it there, you know. But not many people, only if you know me, you'll know about the acting side. But if you don't really know, then you will just see, when you see it, you just be like, hey.
So is something coming out soon? Acting,
well,
what have you got
something
out?
Is in the pipeline.
Okay, nice.
I would say.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
So obviously I mentioned the challenges. Is there anything in your journey, if you could go back, that you would maybe change?
I wouldn't change anything, to be honest, because, you know, I just feel like my journey is my journey, like it is what it is. And without that journey, I wouldn't be able to tell the story I'm telling now, and I wouldn't be, you know, who I am. So yeah, like creatively as well, it's so important, you know. So yeah, if there's anything I would have done differently, it's probably like making sure that no matter what, I'm always doing music, because you know you have those little breaks.
Oh yeah, like self-doubt moments, just personal life.
Yeah, you know, like life happens, exactly. So like there was times when I was like, oh, I can't deal with this while I'm dealing with this, but really it should have been, no, deal with it and write about it, you know, because then you can connect with people, you know. So now that I have this understanding, everything's, you know, we move forward.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, no worries at all. It's a pleasure.
I love supporting women in business, women in music. So
do I.
Like, you're doing so much.
Thank
you should definitely be like super proud of yourself.
Oh, thank you so much.
I just want to leave it on the note, and I've asked you so many questions, but I just want to ask you, what is it like balancing music with your personal life? Like, for people that are trying to get into, like, you know, doing you're multifaceted, you're doing so many different things. What would you kind of like say to the people that are trying to do what you're doing, how to balance it?
Do you know what? I feel like it's crazy, you know. I was just talking about this the other day, because I was like, how do you live this like triple life, you know? You're an artist, but doesn't mean you're not an artist. That's what I always remember. It's like, just because, I don't know, if you're doing like a 9 to 5, for example, and you're doing this music thing, like, you're still an artist. You're still, as long as you make time for your craft, you're still an artist. So I always remind myself that, and that just keeps me in check. You know, it's like, don't stress too much. You know, your time will come, and the opportunity will come. But yeah, it's very important to put work into your craft. I've noticed that so much comes out of like literally just one studio session. I'll be like, oh, thank God I came to the studio session.
Yeah. So do you feel like you're a bit of like a workaholic at the minute?
Maybe.
Do you feel like your personal life is your work life?
Like literally, like, well, because I enjoy things like making beats. Making songs, writing songs. So to me, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
But, you know, I feel like I should always be in the studio, because that's where I'm at my best, you know, when I switch my neon lights on, zone out. Like, that's just how I, you know. But if there's too many things like going on, it can get a bit hectic. So I have to kind of like, okay, you know, put everything by priority, and the music always comes first for me. So yeah, and the acting as well. So both of them come hand in hand, kind of thing.
Well, I'm learning recently, like, music really is a lifestyle. It's not a job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it's a lifestyle.
but yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Pleasure.
Guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, liked, commented on the channel, please support. And also feel free to reach out to me on who you want to see next. I'm looking for, you know, inspiring, amazing people like Mz Milano to come on the show. So definitely stay tuned.